Things have been bad for Disney in 2023. Really, really bad. We're talking about a box office where they have broken all the records for losses in a single year. Nobody has ever even come close to this number of flops and this magnitude of floppage. But can they turn things around in 2024? Can they now grow their streaming service, which, at least domestically, sits about the same place it was a year ago in terms of subscribers? Today we're going to examine what Disney has on the offerings for 2024 and why they might actually be praying that Fox, the company they purchased a few years ago, will save the day. Hello folks, welcome back to the WDW Pro channel where we put Holly Weird through the magnifying glass of common sense. Today we are looking at Disney's 2024. As we do so, I'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone out there who's watching this video and who has elected to become a subscriber of the channel. More than 50,000 of you have decided to become a subscriber of this channel in the last 11 months. It is a huge milestone, and we here on the channel have an attitude of gratitude towards each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Let's dive in now. This out of the Disney Fandom Wiki. We've got the theatrical releases now for 2024, and we believe that these are largely locked down versus what has been during the strike when nobody knew what was going to release and when it was going to release. We think these are largely locked down. And I just want you to see whether or not you think Disney is going to have a successful year in 2024. Let's examine together, and then I'm going to explain how they're actually working very hard to squelch and to squander their chances of success. Watch this. January 25th will feature their first release. It's out of 20th Century Fox. And no, I don't think that it's going to do well. I think it's going to be very limited, and I think they knew that going into it. Their first major theatrical release will come on April 5th with The First Omen, again, out of 20th Century Fox. The First Omen, I don't suspect, is one that's going to do extraordinarily well. I don't think it's going to capture the zeitgeist of pop culture, but maybe it can make money. This is the one, though. We go all the way until May before Disney has a shot at making some actual big-time cash. All the way until May. This is very unusual, but it comes at the necessity of what the strikes created. But May 24th, The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, out of 20th Century Studios, will be released. Now, many of these films releasing in 2024 will have very little competition because there's just not much on the slate for 2024 out of anybody. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes will be, I think, highly dependent on review scores. If it's a good movie, it could do well. But I don't suspect that there is a vast number of people out there excited for this film. I think Planet of the Apes is one of those franchises where if you create something that is extremely artistic, it can do fine. But I don't think that it's anything like Hunger Games or Star Wars, well, what Star Wars once was, or any of these bigger franchises that really drive folks to the cinemas. I've never heard somebody say, "Oh man, I can't wait. I love Planet of the Apes." Nobody's decorating their bedrooms in Planet of the Apes. So, but that could make some money. June 14th is probably one of two of the most important days that Disney is going to be looking at in 2024. Inside Out 2 will be released, and there's some controversy surrounding this. Well, there's multiple controversies, but there's at least one that's worthwhile mentioning, and that is that they are going to be attempting to turn anxiety into a cute little character that we are going to identify with. Now, one of the concerns brought up, and this has been brought up by Jonas J. Campbell, is that when you start to personify and anthropomorphize and then merchandise a negative emotion that is sometimes associated or perhaps always associated with disorder, that could be a problem. I don't know that parents want their children to be going around hugging anxiety in their baby cribs. Seems bizarre. So we'll see how that plays out, and I don't take for granted one iota that Disney might be able to mismanage this such that more controversies begin to swirl around Inside Out 2 as it releases. The other day, which will be a day of infamy for Disney, although nothing like D-Day, of course. Please forgive me for the analogy, but this one is Deadpool Day, July 26th, and Deadpool 3 will be coming out. There is so much riding on this movie. If this one fails, they have nothing. I mean, you better call in the ambulance for Disney, for the House of Mouse, if Deadpool 3 fails. This has to succeed. Inside Out 2, if it fails, that's really bad. I mean, it's tremendously bad if Inside Out 2 fails. But if Deadpool 3 fails, they have nothing. And Marvel will be in critical concern that it could collapse. If Deadpool 3 fails, Marvel is at the doorstep of collapse because you could not support Marvel with the budgets necessary to make Marvel movies. If that goes away, they can continue to trudge forward with making these things, but they will have to eliminate the budgets. And if they eliminate the budgets, you can't probably make Marvel movies such as what we are accustomed to seeing. So a tremendous amount is riding on Deadpool 3. Then we have The Amateur, which is 20th Century Studios, and that's November 8th. Again, I don't think this is going to be fantastic. We've got an untitled Disney film from Walt Disney Animation Studios. I think that's actually not going to happen. So we can go ahead and remove that from the wiki if you wiki folks out there want to do so. And then December 20th, Mufasa, The Lion King, Walt Disney Pictures is going to be released. And that rounds out everything that Disney has. And you're going to notice they need help from Fox. They have 3 Disney movies coming out. They need help from Fox. One of these Fox movies has to break into high levels of success, or else, yes, folks, we're looking at a 2024 that could be on par with 2023. Now, they're not going to break the 2023 record. They don't have enough movies to flop at the level that they did this year. They just don't have enough. But in terms of not having successes, well, they could match that all right. Inside Out 2, not a given success. Deadpool 3, I'm worried that the WGA is going to hamper and to harass Ryan Reynolds and prevent him and Hugh Jackman from being as much fun as they want to be. But what about Mufasa, The Lion King? You might say, well, now surely that's a success. Surely Jon Favreau can save the day. But I want to show you all why Disney is sort of removing their own ability to succeed. Take a look at this. This is out of Yahoo Entertainment. And this goes into something that I know, but most people probably don't know yet. We're going to start shining a light on this as we go into 2024. That is that Disney, they hit a home run. They hit a grand slam with The Lion King, the CGI remake. And they have not done exceedingly well in recent years with remakes. But they did great with this remake of The Lion King. Realistic CGI, it bedazzled the audiences of Beijing. China came out in force. Jon Favreau was at the helm of that. Remember how we've talked about on this channel before that we suspect that there may be a schism between Jon Favreau and Bob Iger, and that may be there because Jon Favreau likely was someone Bob Chapek wanted to bring into the higher ranks of Disney. And well, Iger has some personality issues, I would say, with anybody associated with Bob Chapek. Jon Favreau is no longer over Mufasa. He never was. Take a look at this. Barry Jenkins reveals advice Jon Favreau gave him before he decided to direct Mufasa, the Lion King. Let's read this quickly, folks. I think you're going to see why I don't suspect Disney has any guaranteed home runs, and that would be nice for them. It seemed inevitable from the moment his soulful indie sensation Moonlight was awarded Best Picture. Barry Jenkins would eventually take his talents to Disneyland, or at least into the realm of tentpole movie making. Jenkins followed up Moonlight with acclaimed adaptations, If Beale Street Could Talk, and The Underground Railroad. But in between those projects, it was announced Jenkins would helm Mufasa, the Lion King, a prequel to Jon Favreau's photorealistic 2019 remake of the 1994 animated staple that focuses on a younger version of the lion, voiced in both versions by James Earl Jones. Favreau's The Lion King drew surprisingly lackluster reviews, but folks, it doesn't matter. The reviews don't matter if you make the money, and the money was made. That's why it doesn't matter what the reviews are for Wish. It's not making money. It doesn't matter what people say about the Marvels. It only matters, does it make money? They're not making money. That's what matters. Now, the interesting thing I have on this, of course, is that one, and James Earl Jones is in his 90s, so I don't blame him for needing and having to recast. But take a look at what Barry Jenkins has done in the past. Moonlight, If Beale Street Could Talk, and The Underground Railroad. None of those films are massive tentpole movies, and I know that everybody has to have a first time they ever made a tentpole movie. Else we would never have anybody new coming into making these big-time things. But at a time such as this, when Disney needs a hit more than ever, Disney continues to focus on giving individuals who don't have the track record you would suspect they need, the pedigree they need to pull off something like this. They continue to give them the helm of these massive, huge budgets. This is what we saw with Nia DaCosta losing with the Marvels. This is what we have seen with the failure of Wish. We continue to see people put in charge who just don't have successful rates. Think about the soundtrack for Wish, where instead of bringing in somebody from Broadway, they brought in folks who were just in charge of pop culture songs, little pop hits. I'm not sure that anybody really is singing the Wish soundtrack because it didn't hit with audiences. And I worry. I'm pulling for Barry Jenkins. I want Barry Jenkins to succeed. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not concerned. I am concerned. I think that there's an issue here with having people come in and be the managers of assembly lines rather than the, what would you say? Rather than the curators of art. And I think that's really what the role of a director is. Take a look at streaming now. Let's see how they're going to do with streaming. Echo is coming out on Disney Plus and Hulu. I don't anticipate Echo being something great. Death and Other Details, nope. A Real Bug's Life, nope. First season of Shogun, we'll see. X-Men 97, up in the air. Secrets of the Octopus, nope. Alien, Romulus, could do well. That one could do well. That's going to Hulu. Second season of Andor, nope. Agatha Darkhold Diaries, nope. Double nope, triple nope, quad nope. Spider-Man Freshman Year on Disney Plus. Okay, that could do well. And then to be announced on the times that we'll get this, Moana. I think that will do well. Sandland. Have no idea. Marvel Zombies. Nope. The Acolyte. Talk about a nope. Talk about the. Gosh, maybe that is the ultimate fail on the way. Tiger. We get Futurama. Futurama will do well. Phineas and Ferb will do well. Star Wars: The Bad Batch could do okay enough to justify. I doubt it though. Tales of the Jedi. No. Tiana. I don't know on Tiana, but I know that people are unhappy about Splash Mountain, and that might create a stir. Magic Campers, nope. Star Wars Skeleton Crew, nope. Spiderwick Chronicles could do fine. It's going to Roku. Monsters at Work, nope. And Win or Lose, nope. So that's 2024, and that's why, folks, I say that this is a company, the Walt Disney Company, that is depending on Fox to get a hit. They are praying that Fox gets a hit. They need Planet of the Apes to come through for Disney. They need anything, something to come through out of Fox that will save them because Disney's down. And that, folks, is why if you are someone watching Wall Street and what Disney is doing, we're not here to give you financial advice. But if you think this company is going to pull out in 2024 and somehow be highly successful, maybe it's going to come through ESPN, or maybe they're going to sell something. But it's not coming out of content creation. I can tell you that right now. Maybe I will be fooled. Maybe Mufasa will set the Hollywood box office ablaze. Maybe China will go out in force. But something here is amiss. This is a company that doesn't have much on the slate. And if Inside Out 2 and Deadpool 3 fail, look out. Look out. Disney will drop from where, well, Disney will now be an underdog going into 2025 and an underdog for years to come. They will no longer be the top entertainment company in terms of content creation. And that is a staggering change from where we were just a few years ago. All right, folks, that is the video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you loved it. We love making them for you. It's such a pleasure, such an honor. Again, thank you to each and every one of you who has elected to subscribe to this channel. We endeavor to explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve. And it means a lot that so many of you out there appreciate that and want to be a part of it. We're happy you are. Truly. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on 2024 for the Walt Disney Company. We would love to hear what you think might be a breakout and which breakout they desperately need. Folks, also like, share, subscribe. When you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell as part of the 50K celebration coming up. We're going to be making major announcements later this evening talking about the rewards and the fun that we're going to be having. Members of the channel are going to get so much, and We're going to have a great time. Special live streams as well. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Floral, it's time for you to walk the plank.
What? Why?
Because you haven't subscribed to WDW Pro yet. Nor bookmark thatparkplace.com on your web browser to get great articles from great contributors.
What?